think I'm an idiot?
And it feels so good. Oh yeah. And it feels so good.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's SW Boston here, bringing you another video here on Wednesday. We're gonna do a vlog today about the baseball season that just finished up, and looking forward to the varsity's end of their season. But before we jump into all that, everyone should know that today is Memorial Day, which is a very special day in the United States. We remember all of those who are serving, have served, or who gave their lives in the armed forces for this great country. We do still have some issues in this country, but we have to put that aside for these people, these brave men and women who have committed their lives to serving in other countries, fighting against foreign oppressors and terrorism. So thank you to all those who have served, and I hope that everybody comes back that is serving right now, that come back in great shape and in great form and don't have these awful PTSD or do not come back with any major kind of injuries. So thank you guys for serving. Now let's jump right into the baseball part of this vlog, which is going to be about our freshman team at WH, which finished up on Friday with a 8-4 win over Quincy's quote-unquote freshman team, which was a completely different team than what we saw last week. We played them last week on Wednesday, I believe, and we played a team that was clearly inferior to our team. We beat them 10-0 that day, and they had, I think, 2 hits. They had one kid that really looked like he was going to be moving up to JV and varsity level. And when we played them this time, they came out in warm-ups. They seemed like a completely different team. Myself, our head coach, some of our players saying these guys look a lot different. I looked around, I didn't notice half the kids that were on the team, and their varsity coach is there coaching their freshman team because their freshman coach was away at a wedding. So the varsity coach was there, and we look, and it seems like a lot of the freshman players aren't there. And when we took a look back at our scoreboard, because we keep a book every game for stat-wise and just to keep score and keep pitch counts and all that, a lot of the players didn't match up from those 2 games. So they brought a lot of their JV team that were freshmen down, and they even had one varsity kid that was a freshman come down and play with them. They still had some players from that freshman team. I believe I counted like 3 or 4, but their majority team was overhauled by the JV and the one varsity player that they brought with them this time. That being said, we still beat them quite handily. Their varsity pitcher pitched against us. A lot of kids. We had 3 kids there that played on our varsity team, 2 of which that started the season with us and moved up to varsity. One who was a freshman who was on varsity that we didn't have a chance to coach at all. But they were saying when they first played Quincy, he pitched against them and he was throwing harder and he looked like a better pitcher than he did against us. But no excuses for him, no excuse for our team. We go out there, we play a good game, we beat them 8-4. The day before, we play Situate. Our head coach is away coaching the JV team, so I'm alone coaching the freshman team. We get down 5-0 early in the second inning, come back, score a few runs to make it 5-2, and then we go on and make a nice comeback, and we beat them. I believe it was 12 or 13-8. So we had a nice performance there. We battled through that one, and then the day before that, we beat. I believe it was Cardinal Spellman. We beat them at their place. It was a lot closer game than what it should have been. But we battled through that one. We got the win. We ended up 12-5, which is a really good record. I believe it was around the same record that we had last year for our freshman team. But now we look forward to the varsity team, which qualified for the state tournament and are awaiting their seed for the state tournament for the South Division. So we're South Division 2. We are looking to get, I believe it's going to be at least a top 5 seed. So they should be playing at least their first game at home. They're going to be behind 2 great teams in Plymouth North and Silver Lake. They might be behind Middleborough, who are defending state champions. But there's not a lot of teams that had a better record than them this year. Silver Lake and Plymouth North were 2 of those teams that were in their league that had better records, but we're in one of the toughest leagues and great divisions in baseball for the state. So they were 15-5 this year. They were waiting. They were waiting their seeding, but this is the first time in 8 years that they've been back to the tournament. They have 8 seniors on the team, and they have some leadership there, and they have some kids who aren't going to be available for that first or second tournament game due to other decisions that they've made, which isn't very uh, pleasant or appealing for the coach to hear. But at the same time, it's something that a lot of the kids have never experienced, so they don't know how big the state tournament is for your career as a baseball player. If you go out there and perform, even though you could be a senior or a junior, you can still get offers from colleges from them seeing you at the tournament. You guys have a good showing. You guys can get another scholarship from a team really late. So they're going to be playing in the state tournament. They'll find out tomorrow what seed they are, who they play, and when they play. Hopefully I'll be able to go and see them play. They should be competing for a state title. They beat Plymouth North once and lost to them once. They played Silver Lake twice and I think lost both those games by 1 or 2 runs. So they can compete. They lost this Middleborough by 1 run with the state championship pitcher of last year, Enos. He came in relief and shut them down. But they can hang with these teams, and that's an encouraging sign from a program that hasn't been to the state tournament in 8 years and hasn't really been a positive team, hasn't gone above 500 in a while. So hopefully they can do something in the tournament and bring it over to next year where they have a lot of good junior experience on that team. They have a lot of good pitching coming in next year. And I feel like some of the freshmen in this class that we just coached can move up to that varsity level next year. And especially the freshmen that I coached last year, I feel like they can make an impact on varsity next year. They have our JV team, I think, won like 11 or 12 games in a row. So they had a great season. We had a great season. Varsity had a great season. So it's starting to kind of come together. Over the last 3 or 4 years, it's usually like JV and freshmen, great seasons, above 500, competing with every team. And then when you get to the varsity level, it just doesn't translate and it doesn't make sense. But now it's starting to translate. It's starting to get there. And I really hope that this year they get a couple wins in the tournament under their belt for next year, because those seniors will go. Those 8 seniors will go. Not every one of them is an amazing impact player, but there's a lot of real talent in those 8 players. There's a starting pitcher in there, there's a starting first baseman, I believe a starting catcher, another pitcher in relief who can also start, I believe a second baseman, but we have a great middle infielders coming up in the system. Our freshmen that are on there now get a year of experience under their belt. They'll be up there again next year, I believe. So this is the year that they need to make an impact, even if it's just winning 1 game. If they win that first tournament game and then they lose to a Silver Lake or a Middleborough or someone like that, I can be okay with that. But if they go out and they play somebody from a lesser league and they kind of choke their chance at home, it's going to be kind of heartbreaking for everybody on that team. But at least they'll get some experience. That's all I wanted to talk about today, guys, was the progression of the baseball there. We'll be moving towards the summer where I'm not going to be into coaching baseball. I'm going to be trying to be working more and looking at E3, which comes up in like under 2 weeks, I believe, or just about 2 weeks. So that's probably my next big vlog topic. I will look at how the schedule goes and probably do next week a look at what I want to see at E3, and maybe the week after, if it's right after E3, look at what actually happened at E3. But I'm back on Wednesday with some more gameplay. I'm not sure what I'm going to do it of. It might be Black Ops 1 again. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Hit that like button if you liked it. Hit subscribe to stay up to date with all my videos. This is SW Boston, guys. Have a great day.
Let's go!